Hello, everybody. I believe that we are live now. Yes, we are. Hello, everybody. My name is Harry Rice, RV Games for the Montreal Canadiens. And last night we played. It was not a very early afternoon game. We did play last night. But the Montreal Canadiens played the Columbus Blue Jackets. And oh, baby, what a utter destruction that game turned into. I'm trying to pull up my notes because surprisingly, I didn't take my notes on my computer for the most part. Yeah, I apologize for that, boys. Randy came in last night. Man, your internet connection must be very bad. I don't know if he's still here, but I will respond to this, Randy. No, it was very heavy rain and wind, and yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like streaming when that's going on because there's also the possibility the power goes out, and that's out of my control. Gabriel, going great, man. Hope you are hope you're doing good. Hope you're still here. And please tell me my notes. Okay, good. My notes did stay. I took notes on both my phones and my computer. So each period has a different, actually, 2.5 periods, different devices. HP Sauce, Conservative Lawyer. We got Marcus. We got Habs Guru. Bruce is in here. Let's go. Canadian Bong Ripper. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, my good sir. Keep that amazing name. Habs Guru, it's going well. Hope it's going well with all you guys. Thank you guys for coming by for the stream. It's so weird all of a sudden because like I'm not used to hearing myself super clearly. For some reason, I half expect like music to be in the background. Like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that for next season. I'll do a Streamlabs. I'll do the streams with Streamlabs, and I'll have like a little bit of music in the back. Maybe that'll help it better than when I'm just like, I'm just like that for brief moments. That might help. Dexter, how's it going? Hashtag first in the Atlantic, but hello. Yes, Habs did very well, and the Boston Bruins have been doing very well too. Absolutely, Dexter. Happy to see you back. Thank you for coming by, my good sir. Bruce Harper, yeah, we've definitely been a lot more competitive lately, for sure. Definitely. Definitely. I've been really liking that since we've gotten Doc and Gallagher back, we've been more competitive than we've been playing, which has still been pretty competitive. Again, over over that like 9-game losing streak, I will argue we were competitive in a lot of those games because I want to say all but one of them ended basically by a goal. We could have been in those games and won those games. They were mostly 1-goal games. It's not like we were getting blown out, 5-1, 6-2, stuff like that. No, we were losing like 2-1, 3-2, 4-3. We were losing games that we could have been in. Definitely, Bruce. I absolutely feel Marty's doing. He is probably doing the best job that he could have been. Now, some people would probably argue, oh, the best he could do is get us to the playoffs. To be fair, we are absolutely. Um, I will argue we're rebuilding. He didn't need to take us to the playoffs. If he did, awesome. He does an even better job. For the season and for the injuries, like you mentioned, Bruce, with the injuries that he's been given, it has been a very successful season for Marty St. Louis and the Canadiens overall. And yeah, I think he's, like I said, like you said, I agree. He's done a good coach. I forget, was Lemaire, did Lemaire come back after Pat Burns, or was it Lemaire then Burns, or was it Burns and Lemaire? I think it was Lemaire then Burns. I think, unless I'm forgetting someone in there. He might be our best coach since Pat Burns. Claude Julien, you could argue, I mean, technically he won Stanley Cups, so technically, like, logistically, he's the best coach he's been the best coach technically since Claude Julien, but like for the team for the Canadiens, probably the best coach since Pat Burns. There's some there's some older hockey fans that'll probably be in here being like, okay, Harry, a little too much praise for Marty St. Louis, but I feel he could be to the level of a Pat Burns. I feel like that. I don't think Burns ever got a Stanley Cup, which sucks because Pat Burns deserved a Stanley Cup as a head coach. The Bruins secured the top seed in the Atlantic. By the way, how does the stream look? How does it sound, boys? I'm actually going to turn my gain slightly up on my microphone. Hopefully it sounds good. Hopefully it sounds solid. Sorry, Bruins secured the top spot in the Atlantic with the win last night over Tampa. Firstly, thank you for beating Tampa. Also, secondly, congrats on the top spot in the Atlantic. Hell yeah, let's go, Dexter. Hell yeah. Dexter, proving that all Bruins fans are not bad. Some of them are good. Bruce Harper. Yeah, no, I'm surprised Greer only got 1 game suspension. I was supposed to put that in my before the game notes, but I didn't. So thank you for bringing that up. Actually, yeah, we did have that news coming out before the game. AJ Greer was suspended 1 game Well, actually, it came out 2 days ago now, technically, but it did come out. AJ Greer gets a 1-game suspension for the cross check to the head of Mike Hoffman. I am surprised as well, Bruce. I get why they did 1 game because I don't believe he has much of a prior history. But then again, if we're going to the to what Mike Hoffman did and the video that he posted, which I applaud him for calling out the officiating, like for calling out the NHL, the dopes department. He got 2 games for an unintentional cross check to the back of someone's head, but an intentional cross check to the head with intent to injure, basically, and that's a 1 game. I can't say I like that. I genuinely don't think that I can say I like that. Hopefully the stream looks good still. I'm closing my other tabs and I'm closing my extensions. There we go. So we should be good now. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with everybody else. I'm surprised that Greer only got 1 game. I was expecting 2 to 3, and yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised by that. I agree. Yeah, Greer should have gotten 2 to 3 on Bruins fan. Exactly. Dexter Steele. Dexter is a Bruins fan, and when he thinks Greer should have gotten 2 to 3 games, that's when you know it's bad. I feel like it was a Bruins. Yeah, I think it was Jacques Lemaire. I think he won like, I don't know, 45 Stanley Cups with the Canadiens, and then ended up in Minnesota eventually. I think it was Minnesota. And then I think Pat Burns came in. Yeah, because he came in, and then it was 92. He left to go to Toronto, and then the Habs won the Cup that year. And the storyline was that it would have been Pat Burns against his former team. Could he beat them in the finals if they had managed to not choke against the LA Kings? I hope we keep Marty for the next 30 years because he's a true hockey man. The players respond to him as hockey genius. Bruce, I think so too. I mean, clearly he's a hockey genius without being a head coach because we've seen how he went from. I'm sorry, boys. I'm gonna close my blinds because that might help the stream look a little bit better. Oh yeah, there we go. That gives it that nighttime vibe. It looks like we're streaming at like 10 o'clock now. Yeah, I'll just point the camera up a little bit. That works a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, we've seen how he went from completely undrafted, picked up by the Flames, goes to Tampa Bay, and he turned into one of the best players of roughly a decade. Basically, he turns into one of the best players of a decade. Has every team looking like a fool, game in and game out. Also, but also just how did they not want this talent? And then of course coming into the Canadiens, being a head coach, clearly getting the players to respond to him. He's getting the most he can so far out of a 21-year-old Kirby Dach. We keep forgetting this, boys. Kirby Dach is only 21. He isn't even in his prime yet. He has 4 to 5 years until he's in that prime, more than likely, I would say. He's clearly involving Cole Caulfield's game, and he's evolving that goal scoring. He's getting a lot out of Nick Suzuki. Guys like Arbor Jacki, Jordan Harris, Justin Barron. These guys are also responding. He seems to work out really, really well with the young guys. So yeah, I'd love to see St. Louis stay with the Canadiens for a long, long time. I believe we gave him, I think it was out of his interimship, I think a 3-year deal. I wouldn't be surprised if the players keep responding and playing well in front of St. Louis. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a 4 or 5 year extension for Marty St. Louis. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. He's a healthy scratch. Oh, Greer is a healthy scratch for tonight's game, so it's kind of like, yeah, kind of Dexter, kind of is, yeah. So like you can kind of consider it a 2-game suspension, then 1 game suspension by the league, and then kind of a 1-game suspension by the NHL, by the league and the NHL, by the league, and then 1 game like by the Bruins themselves. So yeah, I don't know if it's really a punishment because it's against Montreal, but like, you know, I get why the Bruins are scratching him. He's not really even that good. Harry, also Boston is littered. Sorry, not riddled. Well, you could probably say riddled with players as well, but littered with players that play like filthy animals. Hathaway, Marchand, Greer, Bertuzzi, Carlo, many more. I don't know if they should be banned from the NHL, Bruce, because they're an original 6 team, but you know, I did notice a lot out of Brendan Carlo. I don't notice much out of Brendan. I don't mind plays like his. I want to say it's his uncle. His Tyler Bertuzzi, or Todd Bertuzzi. I want to say it's his uncle. He can play on the edge sometimes, which is why they absolutely went out and got Tyler Bertuzzi, because they like that type of gritty offensive style of player. And of course, Marchand. Yeah, we absolutely Marchand is one of the best players in the NHL. Yeah, and of course Garnet Hathaway is the best player in the NHL. We don't have to debate that at all. Let's just move on. Harry, Harry, I forgot Marty was undrafted. Yeah, exactly. All his teammates when he was playing elevated their games wrong. Marty, exactly. He's a once in a generation hockey man for sure, Bruce. Absolutely, like you said, like he evolved the games of everybody he was playing around when he was in Tampa Bay with Vincent Lecavalier. As good as Lecavalier was, first overall draft pick, I don't think he's as good as he turns out to be without Marty St. Louis. I know he had a couple seasons. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust the gain a little bit more just to make sure you guys can like really hear me. But I don't think Lecavalier gets to where he does without having that Marty St. Louis on his line to help him evolve. And like you said, to elevate that out of an entire team. Of course, probably minus the goaltending because I don't think he really coaches much with the goaltending. That's probably for the goalie coach. But if he can get that out of a whole team, just imagine. Yeah, Carlo, exactly, Dexter. I was trying to think who would be there instead of Carlo. I was trying to think Pasternak. For some reason, he was the only Bruin on my mind. I was like, wait, no. But yeah, Cliff could have ended his career, Hoffman's career, I guess, with that cross check. Or yeah, at least knocked him out for a very long time. There's no place for that. Definitely, Bruce. There's no place for that, like at all. Absolutely no place for that at all. We're lucky that it didn't knock Hoffman out for a long time. He was literally back that game, and he played last night. Oh boy, was he really noticeable. We'll get to him playing last night. A very good way. Not like, oh, he was the reason for both of the goals scored. No, he was on the ice for in a very, very good way. Extremely good. I feel like a lot of the Montreal crowd is gonna like Mike Hoffman after last night's game. But that definitely could have happened, and we're lucky that it didn't. And I feel the league maybe should have tried to make an example out of AJ Greer. Just like, hey, you might not want to cross check guys in the face. You see AJ Greer? Yeah, no, he just got a 10-game suspension. Not to that level, but he just got a 6-game suspension. Now you might not want to do that. Like you got to make an example out of one player to make the rest of the league listen. Yeah, Clifton plays more on the edge. Exactly, Dexter. Exactly. Clifton's more that physical kind of stay-at-home type of defenseman. At least from what I recall seeing of Boston so far, he is that more physical, like you said, on the edge, stay-at-home type of defenseman, and just get the fuck out of my crease. Harry Vincent Lecavalier even said what you just said. I read that Vincent said he needed Marty St. Louis, and without him, he wouldn't have been a Hall of Famer. Really, Bruce? I read that Vincent said he needed Marty St. Louis, and without him, that is crazy, Bruce. I gotta try and see. I gotta try and find that article because, like, goddamn, like I'm saying stuff that hockey guys are saying, and I'm low key like I'm I'm proud of him. This is the link for the Bergeron. Oh shit, Dexter, I'm gonna have to give you mod for a second. I think. Add as I guess just standard mod. All right, because unfortunately you can't post links in chat unless you're a mod, and even then, if you're a mod, I don't know if you still can. But try and post the link now because I just made you a mod to let that happen. If it still doesn't go through, and if it doesn't show up, then just post it on the Discord. So yeah. But yeah, if Cavalier even said that he needed Marty St. Louis, like that clearly tells you how good Marty St. Louis is. I still think Lecavalier ends up being a good 60, 70 point scorer in his career. But with Marty St. Louis, clearly he turned into one of the best. Not working too long. I'll post it. All right, no problem. No problem. I almost clicked hide user on this channel. No, just remove his standard mod. All right, Dexter. But big shout out, Dexter. He's the greatest mod in this channel's history. Big shout out, Dexter. That's going on the Harris Iceberg. I guarantee it when that's made in like 4 years. If icebergs are even still a thing then. All right, let's get into the game recap. Let's go, Dexter. I hope someone remembers that and it makes the Harris Iceberg because God damn, that'd be funny. That genuinely would be really funny. All right, let's get into the game. Well, my iPhone's still at 26%. All right. So the Canadiens again played tonight in the Bell Center. It was against the Blue Jackets. It was Indigenous night, so Carey Price was in the building. I don't know if he came out at all before the game. I can't put the link here. Oh, Bruce, in the description, there's a link to Discord. I don't know if you have Discord. It's too long. Oh, what? The link is too long. Wait, what? That's weird. That's weird, Dexter. The link is too long, even to put in Discord. Damn, what is Discord? Bruce, Discord is a place that you join. It's sort of like a social media. It's like Facebook or like Twitter. Not nearly as toxic. You can talk with people, have conversations. There's voice chats. There's it worked in Discord. Okay, thank you, Dexter. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, Bruce, you can talk with people. I post notifications every time I go live and post a video, so you don't have to try and worry about YouTube maybe somewhat reminding you of a stream, maybe once every 4 streams. With Discord, if you have it on your phone or your desktop or whatever, yeah, no problem, Bruce. Yeah, if you have it on like your phone or whatever, it gives you notifications. If you have it on your desktop, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you're using a phone or computer or whatever, but if you're on the computer, gives you notification. You can turn off the sounds so you don't get ping, ping, ping every 2 seconds if you're in a lot of channels like I am. But yeah, it's really good, Bruce. Yeah, if you wanna if you could put the link, if you find it and put the link in the Discord, that'd be appreciated. Yeah, join the Discord. Like I said, we talk there occasionally. I post the streams, and anytime I upload a video on there, it's pretty cool. Lucas, how's it going, man? How's it going, Lucas? Yeah, before the game, or as I put in my, because keep in mind, I was a little bit tipsy last night, or as I put in my notes, indignious night. So it was not indigenous night, it was indignious night. Indignious night. That is perfect spelling. The opening lines for the Canadiens were Harvey-Pinard, Suzuki, Hoffman, Gurianov, Doc, Drouin. Yeah, Rafael Harvey-Pinard, indeed, Lucas. I'm sorry. It was Harvey-Pinard, Suzuki, Hoffman, Gurianov, Doc, Drouin, Ylonen, Evans, Gallagher, and Pezzetta, Tierney, Belzile on the forward core. Harry, I'll be back soon after the run. Hey, no problem, Bruce. Thank you for coming by. I hope to see you in a little bit. Matheson, Savard, Edmondson, Barron, and Harris Kovacevic were your blue line. Sam Montembeault gets the start in net, and Jake Allen backs him up because, yes, the opening lines for the Blue Jackets were Gaudreau, Jenner, and Kirill Marchenko, who now on the year, spoiler for tonight's game, last night's game, has 19 goals on the year. This kid is really solid. Columbus, please don't waste him. Make him want to stay in Columbus. Foodie, Roslovic, Johnson of the Kent variety. There's a lot of Johnsons around the NHL. Robinson of the Eric variety, Corrali and Pederson, Benstrom, McCone, Fix-Wolansky were the forwards for Columbus. Bernie, Boakfist, Peak, Blankenberg, and Bayreuther Christensen were on the blue line for Columbus. Will Smith, you are a Montreal Canadian. I mean, Lucas, I don't know if he's going to be slapping people. I don't know if I want Will Smith as a Canadian. I do prefer Dalibor Dvorsky personally if we're going for a center. But we'll see what we do with the draft. We'll see. Hopefully some good stuff. Hopefully some good lucha things. Rafael Harvey-Pinard, indeed, Randy. Rafael Harvey-Pinard, baby. CP31, second best goalie out. Carey Price, second best generate. I don't know if I'd say second best goalie to Lundqvist. I will argue that I do think Price is better. And it's not just because I'm a Canadiens fan, but just Price won a Hart, a Vezina, all the trophies in, I think it was 14-15. Only has, I think, one other a Vezina, surprisingly. He only won the Vezina twice, I think. But like Lundqvist had at least good teams in front of him throughout his career. Price was not given much at all. When he first came in 2008, 2009, there was not much to work with. And by 2014-15, okay, blue line, we had Markov, Subban, Emelin, not terrible. But the forward core, oh boy, it was not very good. I will argue Price is better than Lundqvist, like I said, just based off the team and Kane. Lucas, who's Kane? Hughes and Kane? What do you mean? What do you mean there? Oh, they're on my goddamn phones. But yeah, Elvis Verzekins gets the start in net. Oh, Jack Hughes, really? He's being put up there as like, oh, Jack. Because I saw Hughes and I immediately thought Kent. I was like, okay, so he's being like linked that Kent Hughes really likes him, but no, really, Jack Hughes and Patrick Kane, Will Smith. I mean, if Will Smith turns into a Jack Hughes or a Patrick Kane, I'll gladly take him. Fuck. I will do that. If he becomes 50% of what Hughes and Kane are, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, and we've seen how good Patrick Kane is, 18 Stanley Cups. No, 3 Stanley Cups. I think he's won a Rocket Richard before he turned into a primary playmaker. I think a Rocket Richard. I think. Yeah, if he turns into that, I'll be very happy. Stats wise, yeah, Price was better, but my heart tells me better. Hey, well, Dexter, if you liked Lundqvist better, I would assume that you would because you're a Bruins fan, but but yeah, I if you prefer Lundqvist, like obviously that's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, you should like Price more. Like no, I'm not gonna do that. If you like Price more, hell yeah, that's awesome. For me personally, obviously, I preferred Carey Price, but they're both exceptional goaltenders of their generation, not the last generation, not the last decade, but the last of the last generation, I'd say, because we're kind of in the new generation of hockey players. But the last generation, two exceptional goaltenders, both unfortunately never won a Stanley Cup. Could probably management roles. I think Lundqvist is already in a management role with the. I know he's a analyst on ESPN. I think eventually he will join the Rangers in some type of role, and we'll see. Check Gen Chat. Okay, Lucas, I'll do that in a second. I'm actually going to load it on the desktop just because I feel like that might be a little bit better to do. By the way, if you guys let me know how the stream looks, how it sounds, all that, that'd be appreciated, like always. Some of the players that were on the team weren't all overly talented, and a lot of small players. The Habs wanted to be small and fast, which bit them in the end, being pushed. I mean, yeah, Habs Guru, I get that. I think the thing there was that we were ahead of the curve, I think, a little bit. Not a lot of the guys that were small and fast weren't necessarily good, but with them being small and fast, like I said, I think part of the thing there was that's kind of what the NHL is going towards now. Like obviously, you still need those fast, skilled forwards, but the NHL is going into more of a small, fast, high-scoring league, and I think the Canadiens are definitely catching up with that. The link to the Bergeron Habs doc. Okay, let me see. Philip Bernard. Oh no, this just took him to his Twitter. Oh no. Oh no. Montreal offers a Monster. Okay, let me actually look this up. So Monster offer Habs. Okay, Habs Fanatics. I'll look this up. Monster offer a major revelation about Patrice Bergeron and the Montreal Canadiens. I will look this up. There it is, 2022, November 2022. But yeah, like I said, Habs Guru, because the NHL is going more towards that. I feel like we were a little bit ahead of the curve because a lot of the teams were still bigger when we had Carey Price around. So I think if we had gone for something like that now, except scaled, I think that could have been fun. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I see. Yeah. So yeah. Almost saw the star forward with the Habs 9 years ago. So this is about Bergeron on the Raw Knuckles podcast. Of course, it's the Raw Knuckles podcast, hosted by Oh, okay. No, I did see that. Okay, I did see the one with Ken Hughes. I did see the Raw Knuckles podcast with I did see that. Okay, yeah. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. That Ken Hughes revealed he wanted to try and get Kent Hughes in Montreal. I completely forgot about that. Kat, how's it going? Thank you for coming by. So yeah, Dexter, thank you for that, man. Hey, Leafs fans, we own you. Well, Noah, you know what? The Canadiens own both those teams, so hell yeah. Bold of you to come by after the Canadiens just destroyed the Blue Jackets last night. We have that leverage over you. Hell yeah, let's go. Hashtag blackmail leverage. No, it's not blackmail, obviously. I'm just being dumb. But yeah. I will look in general chat for you, Lucas. What is there? The EA doesn't put those. We are really projected to take Will Smith 5th overall. That could be interesting. Habs gave us more of a challenge than the Leafs. That team is going nowhere. I agree, Noah. We give almost every team we face a challenge, it seems like. All right, I'm gonna. So it said for period 1, I gotta look at the androids. Yeah. So we had a matchup of English, French, and Native for the national anthem. I'm not kidding, boys. Legitimately, these are my notes. I don't know how well you can see those, but these are my notes. I'm not making a joke here. These are legitimately my notes. We were out last night, and so I had to take them on my phone. The Blue Jackets scored just a minute 28 in. It's a bad turnover that leads to a 2-on-1. I thought I put Line A and misspelled it, but no. Lane Pederson gets his 3rd of the year. Blue Jackets led in shots 4-0. Habs select Jean-Guy. Yes, they do, Lucas. Cat, hell yeah. I'm glad you agree. Facts indeed. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this stream, by the way. If you're enjoying these super analytical notes. No, but the Blue Jackets led shots 4-0. Thought this could have gotten ugly. I was immediately reminded of 10-0. The Habs get some real Habs with a great chance for Evans' line. Unfortunately, not able to put it home. Harris gets taken down. A good hit as he crossed the Jackets line. And the Canadiens score. Great chance in front. Converts. Mike Hoffman gets the goal. I got to bounce though. Thought I'd say hi, Techstar. Thank you for coming by. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Hope to see you in the future. Thank you as a Bruins fan for coming by again. Check Jen again. All right, Lucas, just a second. I wasn't really active last night because I was wasted too. Cat, yeah, don't worry. Do not worry about oh, dude. If we could somehow jump up and get Connor Bedard, dude, legitimately, I don't know what I would do. I was playing GTA. Hey, no, that's a first time Noah W. GTA is fucking goated. Mike Hoffman, like I said, scores from Matheson and Suzuki. About 4.5. God damn it, Lucas. About 4.5 minutes in, and the game is tied. Like I said, Jackets rush. Jack Roslovic with a nice shot. Good stop by Montembeault. There's a Blue Jacket shot that's tipped to Monty. Habs the nice the puck. Matheson fires a shot just wide. There's a really solid rush as a result. Hard with a nice slap. Hell yeah, let's go. God, Lucas, no. Fucking stop shooting. Stop sexually assaulting or harassing. Fucking, they probably bad bitch for nothing. Let's go, Cat. Let's go, Lucas. You're finally getting your dick wet. Only 4 years too late. Habs have a good turnover. Habs were really good all night at getting the turnovers, at seeing where the Canadiens were, or seeing where the Blue Jackets were trying to pass the puck. We're trying to shoot there. At least I thought tonight. But they push off a turnover. There's a good Harris shot. This is where I put Canadiens go in the transition game. I didn't realize. Lucas, stop lying. You're 20. And the Canadiens score again. Jesse Ylonen gets the goal from off another transition. It's a 2-1 Habs lead, just like that. Really solid there. Good to see Jesse Ylonen get on the board there. Ylonen, for as much as I've touted him as being invisible, dude, all of a sudden, I think has 16 or 14 points this year. I can actually look at my notes real quick. Yeah, 14 points this year. Ulanen's been solid. He's been quietly having a pretty decent season during his brief call. I want to say he's played 30-ish games. I want to say he came up like right before Harvey-Pinard, I want to say. Yeah, he literally played his 30th game last night. He's got 14 points, about half a point per game. On pace for a 40-point season, if this were a full season. That's not bad. That is genuinely not bad. I'm very, very happy with I'm very happy with what we've gotten out of Jesse Ylonen. Solid two-way guy. Kind of goes unnoticeable some nights, but I feel like that's more because he's playing well defensively. Lucas, sorry, I'm 11. Yeah, sorry, I'm 11. It was a typo. Harry, you might be happy. I was being an annoying Canes fan to Hot Take Hockey yesterday at the Leafs loss. He got so angry. Let's go, Noah. Hell yeah. Fuck Hot Take Hockey in the ass. Maybe not in the ass, but don't rape him. But like, do the keep being annoying. Was he live yesterday? I didn't know that. I didn't know if he was live yesterday. Let me actually look up his channel just to make sure you aren't. To make sure that no, I don't want his Twitter. Fuck his Twitter. I don't. Who cares about Hot Take Hockey's Twitter? Because if he did go live, live. He did not go live. What were you doing? What were you talking on Twitter, Noah? Because he didn't stream last night. Blue Jackets try to push, but there's a good stop at Montembeault that sends us to commercial. Jackets actually pushed for the commercial. They got some good chances. Their top line tried to score, and out of the commercial break, sorry. Oh, Discord. No, he still has a Discord? What the fuck? How does he still have a Discord? Jackets, like I said, pushed, and they go to the power play after the commercial break, and Hoffman gets called for slashing. There's a shot off the post. There's a near Habs turnover at the start of the power play. Good kills. Jackets try to push, but they can't get past the Habs blue line for the most part. Habs are 1-4 on the PK tonight. I don't know why tonight was highlighted in blue. I don't know why, but it was. Over the Canadiens push. Or Habs nice turnover after Jackets zone time. There's a near chance for Savard. Good turnover, finds Gallagher. The shot just goes wide of the net. He had a good amount of space there. Good to see Gallagher getting chances. Habs try to push, but that's offside. And the Jackets score about a minute after. It's Kirill Marchenko. Really great, really solid goal from a sharp angle near the goal line, basically. I got Harry anyway. I mean, cat. I'm not. I mean, fuck. Fuck. I mean, God damn it. Okay. I mean, cat. I'm here. Fuck, I can't do it. Just let me smash, I beg. Okay, you fucking simp, Lucas. But it's 2-2. And there was actually a bit of a review. They were reviewing the goal for the post being knocked off by Montembeault. They thought it might have been knocked off, and the puck might not have gone in had the post been taken off before the goal. I flustered Harry. Yes, cat. Yes, indeed. Yes, you did. Like I said, they reviewed the goal for the net being knocked off. I could have phrased that a lot better the first time. I phrased it better that time. The initial call was no goal, actually. So Marchenko did celebrate what would be his 19th of the year. Spoiler. If you looked at the actually, I'm not guaranteed that they could have called us one a goal. They could have scored another one. Who knows? But but the initial call was no goal. They review it, and the goal is confirmed actually because Montembeault. The post was knocked off ever so slightly, and then after the goal is scored, that's when the net comes off. So the goal is confirmed. Why the hell did my freaking Jesus? My phone just almost tried to go out for a second. Final minute, Habs try to get a tip shot in, but they can't find the puck, unfortunately. So the shots are. It is also a God damn it, Lucas. It is also a 2-2 tie game after the first 20 minutes of play. So very good 20 minutes for the Canadiens, despite going down in the shots 4-0 in the opening, literally in the opening 2 minutes. They then led the shots 6-4 in the remaining 17 or so minutes. Very, very solid period for the Canadiens overall, I would say. And now with my phone at 25%, let's get to the second period. We score 13 seconds in. Rafael Harvey-Pinard just puts a rebound home. It was a Matheson shot. Matheson Suzuki with the assist on that one. 13 seconds in. Suzuki out the face-off, gets to Matheson, comes in. Really nice shot. Harvey-Pinard's there for the rebound. He goes down. He's not hurt, but he does put it home. 3-2 Canadiens lead. That was really solid. There's a puck shot wide and way out. Habs go to the PK for delay of game. I wanted to say it was Matheson in the box. I can actually look it up right now. It was Savard, actually, for delay of game. That's a minute 13 in. So a minute after he scored the goal, literally a minute after he scored the goal, Habs go to the PK. Bros actually tried to jump up and keep it in play. That was pretty funny. And the commentators were actually discussing if that would have been like a fine to Burrows for interfering with the play, technically. That would have been fun. And honestly, I kind of wished he did catch it because I don't think we've seen that before. A coach technically interrupting play by catching the puck like that. It would have been interesting to see what the league did. Jack gets pushed, but there's some good Habs defense able to just send it wide. There's a shorthanded 3-on-1, Suzuki and Harvey-Pinard, and a great save by Merzlikins. But a hooking penalty is drawn. The Habs are 2 for 2 in the PK, as that was Hunter McCone, who gets called for the slash. Or sorry, it was a slash, not a hook, actually. But it still was a penalty. 4-4, there's really nice are able to easily clear. Habs were 0-1 on the power play tonight. Jacket's chance shot wide. That ends up in the bench. That's not delay of game because it was not above where the glass would have been. Habs done off some nice board play. There's a good rush that leads to a good chance with Doc and Gurianov. There's a solid turnover shot. Great rush by the Habs. And we score. Harvey-Pinard has his second of the night. Great speed on a break caused by a face-off win. Hoffman, Suzuki with the assist there. 4-2 lead just like that. Nick Suzuki has 3 points at this point. I want to say he has 3 points. Yes, he has 3 assists on the night. I'm pretty sure the last 4 games he was averaging 2 assists per game. Suzuki's game has evolved. I don't know what's happened the last 5-10 games. Nick Suzuki is evolving, and it's scary for the rest of the league. We have this man locked up, Lucas. Is he not still in the last year of his ELC? Or is he already on that big 7-year deal? I want to say this is still the last year of his ELC. I want to say. No, this is the start of his big 8-year deal. This is the start of his 8-year deal. This dude, need I remind you, makes $7.8 million. Closer to 7.9, but I'll just say, this dude makes $7.9 million for the next 8 years. Genuinely insane. Genuinely insane. Harvey-Pinard is the best the Habs have drafted all time. He's a 7-round pick. Noah, I would be inclined to say that. I want to say for going off of like biggest gems for like a team or like just for the Canadiens, I would say Halak is up there. I don't think he's better than Harvey-Pinard because and also like I don't know if you can say like all time because Pinard is still only 23 and this is only his first half season. I think if he has another 2 seasons like this where he's not obviously not point per game because I don't think Harvey-Pinard is gonna get there. He's really good, but I don't think he's gonna get to point per game, for example. But if he has say a 50-point year next year, for example, because he is that good, he could do that. And then say another 50-point year, he's absolutely, I would think, then the best player that the Canadiens have drafted in a late round. I will argue Yaroslav Halak might still be number one technically just because of that 2010 Eastern Conference Finals run. He was drafted in the 9th round back in 2003. Literally, I think the last time the NHL had over 7 rounds in the draft. And I want to say it was a 9-round draft. Might have been 10. No, it was a 9-round draft. Yeah. Literally, big shout out, by the way, Brian Elliott being the second to last pick in the 2003 draft. Big shout out, Brian Elliott, who's still playing. That's awesome. 20 years after he's being drafted, he is still playing. That is awesome. But like I said, the Canadiens score to make it 4-2. Jackets get a chance off a turnover. Habs go the other way. Duran hits the post. That sucked. I love when Duran scores, and just sucks that one went off the post. Kovacevic takes down a Jacket. There's no penalty there. I thought would have been. Had a Habs off the rush. Dognelli sets up a good scoring chance. Suzuki with a nice shot that just goes off Merzlikins' shoulder. He tries for the 4-point game. Spoiler, he would get it. Matson has a nice blast from the blue line. That goes off the post. It was really weird too. It wasn't like off the post and it went wide. It was like off the post and just came right out. Elvis quickly holds on. Habs get some good chances. Evans has a shot blocked in front. He then gets taken out. There's no penalty. But it doesn't matter. The Canadiens score. Brendan Gallagher gets his first goal back from injury. Evans and Ylonen with the assist on that one. Really solid shot just in the slot. Just kind of got it and just shot it on net. Didn't really have a direction. Just wanted to get it on net, and he does. Habs get some good pressure off the faceoff. The game was all Montreal at this stage. Jackets trying to push. They couldn't get any shots to Montembeault. Roslovic was trying to do anything he could for Columbus for a team that just did not look like they really cared all that much, which, I mean, rightfully so. They're down 5-2 now at this point. While the comeback can happen, it didn't look like it would at this point, and spoiler, it wouldn't, obviously. Jackets get a bit of push, but there's a good break chance for Gurianov. He's tripped up. Habs go to the power play. Habs trying to answer. Doc with a nice hot Hoffman. What? Oh, Doc with a nice shot. Hoffman follows up with a nice slapper. And the Canadiens score. Rafael Harvey-Pinard. Harvey-Pinard's first career hat trick. Great chance. The Hats come flying onto the ice. Really solid tip. Like I said, first career hat trick. 6-2 Montreal. The fans are hyped. Harvey-Pinard gets the goal there from Hoffman and Matheson. So Rafael Harvey-Pinard really liked Hoffman and Matheson getting primary assists on his first and second goals, that he let him get assists on his third goal of the game. So that's awesome to see. Harvey-Pinard looked really, really happy. Kept his cool. He was professional about it. The fans threw seemingly every hat they could on the ice. That was really solid. It took a minute to clean them up, obviously. Then Duran goes to the box for holding a stick. Merzlikins actually stayed down. My stream lagged a little bit, so I didn't see what happened. I don't know if he went down after the goal, but Duran does go. Duran listened to the box. Like I said, Merzlikins went down. He stayed in for a bit. Hutchinson would go in net as the Canadiens went to the PK. Hey, Darkness, how's it going, man? Glad to see you in here. There's a weird bounce that finds Kirill Marchenko, but there's no shot on net. Jackets just really didn't care. It was a slow power play for them. There's a good shot glove by Montembeault and a tricky bounce. That was all they could muster. 2 for 3 on the PK are the Canadiens. Shots are 25-15 Habs, and they lead it 6-2. So the third period, I did take some of the notes on my phone before I transitioned to my computer. Sorry, but not sure about today since it's back-to-back. We'll give it that net tonight. Good, best of luck to Suzuki's line pushed early. Harvey-Pinard wanted 4 goals. He had a couple chances for it, unfortunately would not get it. A big shout out, by the way. I forgot to mention this. He had 3 shots all game, and all 3 of them went in the net. What an absolute fucking goat Harvey-Pinard is. Ylonen tries to break up a Jackets rush. They couldn't get break. Fan is just sent wide. And had the wave about 6 minutes in. Both teams just kind of killed off time. Hoffman tipped a Suzuki pass just wide. Wasn't able to center it for Harvey-Pinard. That would have been awesome. Jackets pushed, but Montreal was all over them. Second line with some great pressure, good rushes. During gets a couple passes. We almost had a couple 2-on-1s. Jackets were good at breaking them up, but we were nearing some 2-on-1s. Habs pressure again. Jackets really weren't looking to counter at all. Like Montreal, kind of letting Montreal just get what they want on net for the most part. Now we're back to the computer. Let's go. Canadiens tried to pressure on the Blue Jackets. Jackets tried to kill off time. Doc's line with another good rush. The puck does get held by Michael Hutchinson, though. Jackets took for a shot. Canadiens were all over them. And then the Canadiens score. Thought to be Tierney's goal, but it's Belzile's 5th of the year. Tierney actually pushed Andrew Peake's stick to the goal line. That was actually fair. I believe they still had the goal unassisted. No, so they actually did give assists to Tierney and Kovacevic. When I took the notes, it was unassisted. So it's Belzile from Tierney and Kovacevic. Kovacevic, who, spoiler, but ended up having a 2-goal, 2-assist night. I want to say that's his first career 2-assist night. Yeah, and speaking of, we score 2:01 later. Nick Suzuki with a nice wrister. Kovacevic and Harris with the assists on that one. Really great chance. Suzuki has his first career 4-point night. Big shout out, by the way. He does, I believe, tie a career high in points and surpasses the 60-point threshold for the second time in his career. Yes, he does tie his career high in points from last year in 9 fewer games. Yeah, Nick Suzuki has a career high in goals every single season in the NHL. Technically would have done so with assists as well, but 28, 26, 40, 38. So he was slacking a little bit in the 56 games in 2021, but no. Nick Suzuki has evolved as a player. And it's weird. A lot of people mention Nick Suzuki and they say, "Oh, he's not a first-line center. He's not first-line center material." The dude is 23 and not even in his prime, 61 points in 73 games. Dude is on pace to end the season with roughly 70 or so points. And next year, I think, could be near a point per game. If Cole Caulfield is completely healthy for next year, if guys don't go down with injury nearly as much as they have the last 2 seasons, this season, last season, Nick Suzuki, I think, could pass point per game and probably will. I absolutely think Nick Suzuki has what it takes to be a point per game center in the NHL. I could see him being a 90-point center consistently over the next decade if St. Louis keeps the tools that he needs, and if Darkness, I could see him being a low-end 1C, high-end 2C. I do see him being a good 1C, though. I see Suzuki, Doc down the middle, and then obviously it's depending on who we get in the draft this year. Say it's Will Smith, might push Doc to the right wing, for example, but I do think we have a really good center core. Evans on that 4th line. I think Owen Beck's a center. He could start on the 3rd line. I see Owen Becky being Owen Becky. If his name is Owen Becky, he would have gone in the 4th round, and it would have been an even bigger gem for the Canadiens. But but I see Owen Beck being a really good 3rd line center for the Canadiens, and yeah, then it's just developing the wings, getting the defense. Darkness. If we get Will Smith, believe me, every time he scores, I was gonna say I'll slap myself, but no, I'm gonna slap myself a lot. I will get like a picture of like a team logo. I will print out if we draft Will Smith, I will print out, and if he signs, because we got to make sure A, that he signs, and B, we don't trade him, which I'm assuming we won't because it's Hughes and Gordon under the management. But I will print out a logo of every team's logo, hold it up, and fucking slap it. And someone hold me to that if we draft Will Smith. Remind me at the draft and slap it every time he scores. And if he scores more than 1 goal, I got to pick that goddamn image up and slap it again when he scores again. Was that even visible on screen? Okay, it kind of was, yeah. But yeah, I will genuinely slap a team logo every time. I'd say I'll print out the goaltender's face, but that would take up way too much ink. And I'd rather I can use the logos for other purposes too, more than likely. So yeah. Habs and go to the PK. Harris is called for high sticking. Jackets can't get much. Just trying to kill time. Canadiens are 4 for 4 on the PK tonight. Habs and go to the power play with about 2:12 left in the game. It's Bayruther for high sticking Evans. Bayruther just had a smile on his face when it happened because I don't think he expected it to be called. I wasn't expecting it to be called. I thought, okay, they just want to get the game over with. But it's called. Evans Actually, he has sticked Evans. I wanted to point out. Poor fucking Evans the last 2 games. Dude got an elbow from McAvoy. He got like 14 cross checks from Marchand, and then he gets high stick by fucking Gavin Bayreuther. Jake Evans, it's so weird with Jake Evans. He'll have like a rough patch of like being really like not shaken up, but like being fucking like hit and like fucking gang banged, and then it's like smooth sailings for like 40 games, and then like 4 games where he'll get like fucking roughed up and shit. You know, and then it's like smooth sailings for 40 games, and then just fucking that rough patch. I can't wait to see what happens to him tomorrow, because fucking that always happens with Jake. That's happened with Jake Evans now 3 times. Of course, there's the fucking Scheifele thing. What happened last year with him? I want to say he took like 3 cross checks in 4 games. And then this year, like I said, with last game of Boston, and then this game, it's just kind of funny how that happens. Jake Evans seems to be the one that gets that. Yeah. The fourth line was on the power play. Very respectable decision by St. Louis to just not put the big guns out there. Just, all right, fourth line, go out there, just play the 2 minutes or whatever. Pizzetta did nearly set up Tierney, and actually a pretty solid pass there. Makes up for a fuck up that Pizzetta had earlier in the third period. Yeah, exactly, Darkness. Jake Evans is just cursed when it comes to that. Like I said, 4 games, just 40 games. Jake Evans is hoping the NHL does not go to the 84-game schedule. He's one of the few probably hoping for that. Probably. But yeah, Pizzetta, Tierney, 1 for 3 on the PP tonight is what it ends up being. Basically 1 for 2, I would say, but 1 for 3. Habs win. The final score is 8-2, and the final shot's 32-23 for the Canadiens as well. What a great effort. Great game overall. I know it's the Blue Jackets, but still could have lost this one. We were down 1-0 a minute in and tied 2-2. We could have lost this one. Habs just turned it on in the second period, and third period just finished it off. Really good game. I'm happy with it. And now I will get through the Canadiens' stats. I'll get through the Canadiens' stats, and we'll start working our way to the outro. Nick Suzuki leads the Montreal Canadiens with 23 goals, 38 assists for 61 points, again tying a career high. He leads the league. He leads the league in points. We are in a fucking recession of goal scoring. No, he leads the Canadiens in points by a long shot. Kirby Dach is unfortunately second. I love Dach, but just Caulfield not second anymore. That just But Kirby Dach has 14 goals, 25 assists, 36 points. Cole Caulfield, unfortunately, out for the rest of the year, had 26 goals, 10 assists. 26 goals, 10 assists, 36 points. Josh Anderson, who is also out for the year with a high ankle sprain. Caulfield is a shoulder surgery. 21 goals, 11 assists, 32 points. Was playing actually very well after the trade deadline. I will admit that. Mike Hoffman, 13 goals, 19 assists, 32 points. If Mike Hoffman somehow has 5 more points in the rest of the year and passes Cole Caulfield, I will shoot him out of the goddamn cannon, the fucking Columbus cannon. I don't want anyone else to fucking pass Caulfield. Andy won't. Don't let it be Hoffman. Christian Dvorak, who's out also for the rest of the year with I believe it was an not ankle surgery. Was it knee surgery? I think it was something like that. 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points. Mike Matheson, 7 goals, 20 assists, 27 points. Jonathan Drouin, 2 goals, 25 assists, 27 points. Fucking flop. David Savard. Fucking drop off is what I meant. I mean, it's a flop off. I can say that you flop onto the next one. But David Savard, 3 goals, 16 assists, 19 points. Yevgeny Dadonov, when he was a Canadian, and Caden Gooley, who's unfortunately out for the rest of the year with a high ankle sprain as well. 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points for both those guys. Rafael Harvey-Pinard, 12 goals, 5 assists, 17 points. Rafael Harvey-Pinard, I want to point out, in his brief time with the Canadiens, 30 games I think it is this year, is already 6th in goal scoring for the Canadiens. Granted, yes, this hat trick does boost him up a little bit, but still, Harvey-Pinard is 6th in the team goal scoring. He's on pace. I want to say was on pace for 30 goals this year. If he has a full season, no, about 25-ish goals. I want to say 25, 30 goals. Genuinely insane how good Harvey-Pinard's been. Sean Monahan, who's seemingly out for the rest of the year. We don't know much about him now. 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Jordan Harris, 3 goals, 13 assists, 16 points. Jesse Williams, Jesse Ylonen, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. Justin Barron, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. Jonathan Kovacevic, 2 goals, 12 assists for 14 points. Michael Pezzetta, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. Arbor Xhekaj is unfortunately out for the rest of the year with a shoulder injury, and Alex Belzile both have 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Belzile better get a point quickly, otherwise he will be out with a shoulder injury for the rest of the year too, because, yeah. Rem Pitlick, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Jake Evans, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points. Brendan Gallagher, 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. Joel Armia, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. He is seemingly out for the rest of the year. Joel Edmondson is not. 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. Yaroslav Kovsky, who is still out, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. I want to say he's expected back with like a game left in the regular season. We'll see if he plays or if they just hold him out. Dennis Gurianov in his time as a Montreal Canadian, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Chris Tierney in his time with the Canadian, very nice waiver claim. 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. Very solid, reliable fourth-line center. Very much a fan of him as on the PK. He's been very fine for the Canadians so far. Chris Weidman, 6 assists. Quith Weidman. Anthony Richard, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. I believe he's back in Laval again. Jake Allen and Corey Shenneman each with an assist. Arbor Xhekaj leads the Canadians with 9 fights. Michael Pezzetta has 6. Keaton Gooley and Jake Evans each with 2 fights. Still surprised Evans has 2 fights on the year. Kirby Doc, Josh Anderson, Mike Matheson, Jonathan Kovacevic, Alex Belzile, Brendan Gallagher, and Chris Weidman all have 1 fight this year. Yeah, crazy. I know. We actually are fighting. I think last year we had, 4 fights all year, something like that. Genuinely insane. I could go back and look at my notes. I just throw on my old computer, and I just would prefer not to, I don't want to bring out the old computer, set it up, and But yeah. All right, so that is going to do it for today's stream, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite share, which includes, but is not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harry Rice. Subscribe to the Puff Club, subscribe to the Hate Club, channel sub up. Subscribe to the Nation for the Watts Club. They can run comments, streams, interviews. It's much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Link to the description, LAMs, the wish list, the PLX, the PayPal, right? The Discord, the Twitch, the Letterboxd, and Spinner account are all down there as well. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice, and I am out. Ale Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad we are like last year, how fairly okay we are like this year. Go Habs, go, baby. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Harry Rice again, and I am out. Love you guys. Love you. Let's go, baby.